Hello everyone, hope you're good. This week, in terms of an update on my life, I cut my own hair. It is way shorter than I thought it would be, but it's all good, it'll grow back, so it's fine. Stay tuned for whatever social distancing drives me to do next. Okay, so a few things before I show you how to do this week's assignment. One, I sent out an email to you and your parents/guardians last week detailing what our plan moving forward is. Please check your OPS emails for that email or email me at my email, which is going to be listed right here and in the description below if you did not receive that email. 2, please join me for a Zoom call on Wednesday. I miss your humor and good spirits, and it's literally just for 20 minutes, and we just answer a community book question. So you just click on the link that I post in the PowerPoint or PDF that is on Teams every week. Just click on that link and it'll bring you right to our Zoom meeting. You don't have to download anything, it's just right there for you. Okay, and lastly, speaking of Zoom, office hours are going to be on Thursdays from 1 to 2. If you have any problems or are bored and want to talk, you can pop in for just a few minutes and at any time during that hour, 1 to 2 on Thursdays. Okay, so with all this said, let's get into this week's assignments.
All right, English 6 people, we are going to get started with the second half of our assignment today. So we did the first 2 boxes last time, so let's start on box number 3. This one asks you to recall a scene from the book that sticks out in your mind and then to illustrate it. So I chose the scene in which Burris Ewell yells at Miss Caroline at the beginning. I think this stood out to me because I am a teacher and I've dealt with a lot of abuse from students over the few years that I've been teaching, but nothing as bad as like this scene in the book, so it just stood out in my mind, so I just chose that one. All right, let's go on to box number 4. For the 4th box, you're simply answering the questions from the prompt slide. Please number the questions so I can tell what or which ones you are answering. So there's just 1 and 2, and also try to avoid being boring in your answer of like, if you don't like the book, don't just say, I don't like it because it's boring. Tell me why you don't like it. Tell me why you like it. Be specific to the book. Then voila, you are done. Keep watching because at the end of the video, I'll explain how to turn it into teams. Okay, English 4, here we go. We have got 3 boxes to fill on this story, which I hope you liked, by the way. The lottery is always a great way to start a unit on dystopia, and since we're kind of living in a dystopia right now, it's even more creepy. Quarter 2 on your sheet asks you to reflect on that idea of dystopia, which is a world in which people lead lives that are wretched, dehumanized, which means that they are treated less than human or less than their worth, and full of fear. Think about what makes the world and the lottery so wrong and write about it here. Then come up with a symbol or object from the story that represents the idea of dystopia. I chose the black box that stands on the stool with everyone's names in it for the lottery. Alright, moving on to quarter 3. This one asks you to find an important quote. I chose this quote from Old Man Warner because I just, throughout the entire story, I was asking myself, why do they keep doing this? And I think that's sort of the point of the story, is that should we continue to do tradition just for the sake of tradition? So that's why I chose that quote. Finally, the last quarter 4, asks you to come up with a word for the mood of this story. As it says on the slide, do not choose a word that a kindergartner could come up with. If you look at the next slide, it has a bunch of words you can choose from. I'm going to choose apathetic from the sad section on the chart. I wrote my word, colored it in, and then there's some words around that kind of contribute to that mood of apathetic. And then after you're done with that, you are done with the story, or you're done with your assignment. Keep watching to see how to turn this in on Teams.
Okay, so to explain how to on Teams, I thought would be easiest just to show you how to do it on your phone. You can always take the picture on your phone or on your laptop, like just hold it up to the screen and take a screenshot, and then upload it that way. But I'll show you how to do it on my phone because I think this is the easiest way. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go to my camera and I'm literally just going to take a picture of this. Make sure that everything is showing in the picture so I can zoom in and see those things that you put work into. Okay, so then it should look like this. It doesn't matter if it's flipped or not. Actually, I think you can go into edit and you can flip it around. So I'm going to do that. Yep. Okay. So I flipped it, so now I can, like when I'm looking at it on my computer screen, I can just look at it up and down like you have it, okay? So I'm going to take that photo. It's already saved to my photos. I'm going to go to the Teams app on my phone, which is free. You can download it pretty easily and just log in with your student credentials. It looks like that little icon right there. So I'm going to click on that. And then you should have, it should come up with just like your feed, okay? And it'll say an assignment that is due, okay? So the one that is for our class is going to say something along the lines of 4-quarter assignment. So find the 4-quarter assignment. I'm going to go to block 3 randomly, okay? And then it'll ask you to view assignments, okay? And mine's going to look a little weird because I'm on the teacher end, but I'm going to click on student view, so mine looks a little bit different, but it'll look basically like this. And what you're going to do, there's going to be a little plus mark down here. You're going to click the plus mark, and then you're going to go to your camera roll and click on the picture that you took of your assignment, okay? Once you have clicked on that picture, it should start uploading onto Teams, onto this assignment. And then in the corner up here, it doesn't show it on mine, but on yours it'll be there. It'll have a purple turn in button. Make sure you click that or press that, because if you don't, then I can't see that you turned it in. You could have uploaded it and it could be on Teams, but it doesn't mean that it was turned in, okay? So make sure you press turn in. It'll give you a little cartoon, and that's how you know you turned it in. And you are done for the week after you do that.